Big Thomas is getting there first. Oh, look, he's got his babby's name on his chest. Ah. How confident do we think he actually looks? I think he looks happy with it, but it's always hard to tell. The best thing Tommy Fury can do if he takes off from this fight is get a different trainer other than his dad, though. That's what Tyson did, and it skyrocketed him, and his dad's embarrassing for him. He's a funny guy, and everyone likes him, but it's not good to, like, have him round for you, you know? Go on, Tommy! Fucking knock him out! All UK fans, go on, knock him out! Jake potentially looks more nervous out of the two. But I've thought that before, and it's good for him. That sort of moment, even if he looks kind of nervous, and it works out well for him. I think round one, we're going to see something. Not necessarily like a big shot or someone get knocked out, but it's going to tell us a lot. That's when we're going to know who's going to win, I think, at that point. This is the moment where we find out who's most likely to take this. Who's really most likely to take this? Tommy is eager to start. He wanted to start before the referee let him. Tommy's trying to land a right hand on Jake's chin straight away, thinking that it's going to phase him. Will it? Referee's telling Tommy to calm down. That jab, Jake always does it to the body. Immediately, the difference in how good of a boxer these guys are that Tommy and the rest of his family were saying is not quite there. Back of the head from Tommy. That needs to be careful with that. Referee's calling a timeout. What's that for?
So yeah, the referee's just having a word with him. It's a little bit scrappy. They're both a little bit tense, obviously.
Both of them were very, very calm at the weigh-in yesterday. Both have talked a good fight. Both said they're going to win by stoppage. The first good jab.
Tommy's jab is what should be winning him the fight. It's the thing that everyone said is his biggest asset. Tommy is looking slightly like the better boxer right now, but it's not giving him much. Not giving him much.
It's that right hand over the top. So what's important here for Tommy Fury is for him to use that jab.
Tommy's being told off a lot by the ref.
Keep his distance. Doesn't want to be falling in or missing, and that's giving Jake Paul then the chance to.
Jake's not really doing anything. Jake's barely hit anything. Tommy's been boxing nicely, but not had that much success. Definitely more success for sure so far. This is a Tommy Fury round so far, quite easily.
Off the mark just to get a shot on him.
8 3-minute rounds. 180.
Ooh, Jake Paul lands that right hand. That's what he's going to be looking for all night, but it wasn't particularly clean. It didn't do much.
And the first big moment in this fight is going to be when one of them lands the first serious shot.
Wasn't too far away there.
Yeah, when someone lands the first serious shot is going to be a big moment in the fight. Tommy's jabbing well, and it's working pretty well. Jake's not got the best stance and guard for that type of jab. But it's easier to take one of those jabs than it is to take a big right hand, and that's what Tommy's guard and stance doesn't defend against well. It's going to be interesting. I think first round he's going towards Tommy, but I think Jake's probably going to be looking for the knockout rather than looking to pick up score and rounds. Jake's slightly slicker than expected. Okay. Jabs coming.
That's what he's got to watch out for, no Fletch, because he's crouching low. Jake Paul.
It does. Jake always goes low with that jab. It's weird.
From Tommy Fury.
Yeah, the combinations are doing lots for Tommy Fury. That's definitely around for Tommy Fury for the first round. 10-9, not a 10-8. It wasn't like crazily convincing, but I think it was obvious. That's it. That's the left hook. That's what Anderson Silva hit Jake with on that side. He drops his right arm quite a lot, especially when he's trying to fire his left. Jake loses sight of his opponent fairly often as well. That's where he gets hit more times. Jake's coming out with a more of like an MMA bouncy stance this time. And Tommy's kind of jabbing his head off.
In the sport of boxing, and Jake Paul, we know he's dangerous, especially with that right hand. So
Jake just needs to land the big right hand. That's the thing that makes him dangerous still. Tommy can jab him all night, but all Jake has to do is hit him with one big right hand and he'll knock him out. Or he should do at least, anyway. Tommy's looking significantly more skillful at this point. Jake's not scared of him, though. Jake's the one putting the pressure on. But Tommy's jabbing decently on the back foot. Will he be able to avoid the right hand easily enough on the back foot?
Try and come back with that right hand over the top in a counter, or even a counter attack. Beat him to the punch with the right hand.
Jake's doing all right with the body shots, but Tommy puts together the combinations well. Oh, decent left hook from Jake. It looks pretty good. It's the jab. It is the nice jab from Tommy that's making Jake struggle. And I think it's this stance and everything that he's been taught so far. It doesn't work well for someone who jabs like that. It looks like Tommy's fitness is holding up better as well.
In the corner with Jake Paul tonight. Both of them unbeaten, but this is far and away the biggest test that either of them have ever had in the ring.
A little bit slick from Jake there. Avoid a combination. Yeah, this pace is definitely suiting Fury more. It's allowing him to just keep picking at Jake and gather points, all of that sort of thing.
Fury at this stage, happy when he has to lead on the ropes. He feels he's got the repertoire.
If this goes on later and they're both tired, we favour Jake a bit more because Tommy can't be as sharp in later rounds if they both tire. But we've seen Jake in later rounds still hit the big shots. Ooh, okay. It's not like Jake's doing nothing. Jake is hitting stuff. Currently, it's not enough.
And like I say, accuracy with the jab is key as he's going.
Whenever Jake tries to slip that jab, he turns his eyes away rather than just moving his head out the way and keeping his eyes on his opponent. He kind of turns his head away like that. It's too much.
The final 20 seconds of the second round is scheduled for 8 this.
Yeah, 8 rounds of this. Yeah, that right hand's been close a few times from Jake, but Tommy's done decent enough at avoiding it. If you can do that the whole fight, it's looking good for him.
A huge corner team about 5 yards away from us.
That looks like another round for Tommy to me, but that one was closer. Jake's team saying good round, we got that one. I'm not so sure about that. So the rules that they've got in this fight, I believe, they find out who's winning on the scorecards after round 4, halfway through the fight. So obviously that can change what the fighters do massively. If you're winning on the scorecards halfway through, you might just stay on the back foot and try and win on points. If you're losing on the scorecards, you might think, right, I gotta knock this guy out. So you might come a bit more aggressive, but that could be bad. You know, there's all sorts of factors, but that's something that's gonna happen anyway. How is Tommy Fury's hair still like a model? How is he still... how is he not looking rough at all after all that? He just naturally looks good, doesn't he? Ooh, these body shots are have been put together well. This is definitely showing us Jake's biggest test, definitely. Is it showing us Fury's biggest test, looking at some of his other fights? Probably? Okay, see, that was put together kind of nice from Jake. Some stuff comes through quite kind of nice from Jake sometimes. Just slightly more stuff comes through better from Tommy right now. How many times has Tommy been hit? I don't think Tommy's probably been hit this much, this hard.
To sneak the left hook in there as well as Tommy Fury came in. It's taken the 3rd round for Jake Paul to realise that he's got to start using his jab, and he's had a bit of success.
hasn't been a great deal of respect.
That left hook lands reasonably regularly from Jake. I think maybe he's trying to let that land reasonably regularly to make Tommy forget about the right hand, potentially. Yeah, that seems like a decent game plan from Fury. He seems to be on the back foot, which can normally make it look like you're losing. I think it seems like he's on the back foot so he doesn't walk onto one of those big Jake Paul right hands.
But he's swinging away, isn't he, whenever Tommy Fury comes in.
Well, he's trying to do what he's been saying.
Yeah, when it looks like, when we're looking at energy here, Tommy looks like he's got more energy, but Jake works differently. He kind of stands there quite a bit, looking a bit tired, but works in bursts. Whereas Tommy kind of bounces around, looking sharp more. They're different styles of fighters, I think.
Inside the final minute of the third round.
This one's looking a lot more even, round 3. I think currently, I could see how someone could give it to either.
When you look at the preparation that Jake Paul does, he spars with good people, he takes it extremely seriously.
I don't know. Though. At this pace, we're looking like it's going to go the distance, but we thought that with Tyron Woodley too, when Jake fought him, and we got an insanely good knockout, so...
Yes, it has, and he's landed a couple of nice right hands. Just Tommy Fury just making the odd mistake of falling in, missing the target.
Yeah.
We spoke about it earlier. Accuracy with the jab. He's missed. Jake Paul's come
The other one were a championship fight.
over the top.
Tommy Fury with those piercing blue eyes.
So I think if I have to give this round to someone, I would just give that one to Jake Paul. But I mean, you could give it a draw. Potentially. Pretty even.
Got that last round. Tommy, if you can hear me, you a bitch, bro, and you gassing out.
Oh, shit. Logan Paul's on the smoke as well. We apologise for any offence caused by the bad language BT Sports puts on their boxing thing that's on at nearly 11 o'clock. Why do they do that? I don't understand. Like, just fucking swear as much as you want. Kids shouldn't be watching this. Round 4. So after this, ooh, that just missed. After this round, they find out who's winning, which will likely be Tommy Fury at this rate. Fury thinks he's got Jake Paul hurt a little bit. Maybe he backed off. It's okay. Fury's putting together some decent combinations here. Most of it's landing on the gloves, though. But you know, even if you land on the gloves, you feel it. You feel it. Blocked punches still hurt. Sometimes you can see when Jake's loading that right hand. I wonder if Tommy's gotten used to that. Tommy's circling well. He's circling to his right more than he has in other fights. Because that's where he's gotten clipped sometimes. Tommy circles to his left every so often to try and get... Ooh, big right hand from Tommy. Jake took it well. He's feeling it, though. Jake's backing off. Ooh, he's looking like he's in deep waters at this point.
It's better work from Fury because he's not lunging in either, Fletch. He's landing well, then getting back out to that...
That was some good right hands from Tommy there.
Keeping the gap, maintaining it.
No one's down yet.
That's better from Tommy Fury. It's when he falls in that he's got a chance of then walking onto a punch. But this is better from him.
He's looking fine still, Jake. He's looking as good as he has throughout the rest of the fight, but Tommy's looking sharper.
Tommy Fury, he's got that steely, determined look on his face, the man from Manchester. And that was a nice move to wait for Jake Paul.
Yeah, this has been a good round for Tommy so far.
Yeah, and I can see what they're doing, what Fury's doing now on the inside, just holding in, so it just negates the attacks on the inside.
That's true, a lot of inside attacks are getting stopped by a lot of holding.
Will probably be dangerous when they're up close.
That jab from Tommy lands. Ooh, left hook. Paul's like, bring it on. Fury was like, bring it on. Oh, right hand from Jake. And another left hook. That evens out the round a bit right there. Yeah, when Tommy's like, oh yeah, bring it on. Whenever fighters do that, it's just showing that one actually hurt them.
Presents Tommy Fury some more opportunities because Paul is fancying his chances now the way he's coming forward. Final few seconds of the fourth.
He knows he got him with those ones. It's the holding, that's the problem. You can hear someone saying hold in the corner. Sounds like a British voice. Whoa! That might be a point taken off Tommy there. Hit him in the back twice. Hit him in the back and then hit him in the back of the head. Jake didn't look phased by it, but he was like, come on. Don Fury's like, he's got nothing. So, do we find out who's winning on the scorecards so far? It's got to be at least 3-1 to Fury. It might be 4-0 to Fury there. There's been some big punches come very close for both guys. So Tommy's thrown and landed more. He's probably winning. Jake always comes out bouncy and then ends flat-footed.
It's a contest where you've got to concentrate here.
Yeah, they're heating up a little bit.
So that's what Tommy Fury's got to do.
What else has Tommy got that he can throw? It feels like there's some other stuff, some other moves Jake might have left in the tank. But I don't know if there's any different types of moves, any different looks that Tommy's got.
That's what he'll want. He'll want him to hold his feet.
We'll find out.
And then he can land that right-hand counter.
It's good work behind the left jab from Tommy Fury.
Jake seems to be putting on the gas a little bit more in this round.
Fights with 4 stoppages. Just the 6 fights for Jake Paul. He's got the 4 stoppages as well. They know the scores now because we've got the open scoring system in this fight as well. So after
why don't we know the scores?
We'll be told the way the judges have it, so both of them know where they stand.
Ooh! Jake hits with that big overhand right. Tommy still seems fine.
A good shot there from Paul, but again,
a stiff jab from both guys. Oh, okay.
That's a nice uppercut coming back from Fury.
Yeah, Tommy hit Jake with a shot as well there. Tommy's switching angles fairly nice to avoid that right hand from Jake.
The fight starts to slow down. He might be able to land with more regularity.
Oh, he's having a point taken off.
Who's having a point taken off?
A point taken off from Jake Paul.
Jake's having a point taken off.
Well, that's a massive moment in an 8-round fight.
Back of the head.
I don't think Jake was hitting him in the back of the head. I think the most significant strike that's hit someone in the back of the head, Tommy threw against Jake. To give Jake a point off for that and not Tommy seems a lot. That doesn't seem particularly fair. Ooh, nice left hook from Jake. I don't think it changes the plan too much. I think Jake's going for a nice knockout here. But if it goes the distance and Jake loses on points, that's going to be very controversial. See, look, Tommy's just done the same thing there that Jake got a point taken off for. Jake's landing with the jabs better now. So this is a Jake Paul round so far. Pretty convincing, not anything crazy. But he did have the point taken off, round 5. So it's looking currently like a 9-9. Honestly, not sure why. But, yeah, Jake's having a lot more success this round. I think he's maybe figured Tommy out slightly more. Is it going to be enough? That was a good shot by Tommy. I still not convinced it does enough to give him the round, but okay, end of round 5. Wow, really surprising that Jake got a point taken away there compared to Tommy. I don't get that. If Jake deserved to have a point taken off, I think Tommy does as well. Jake's landing left hooks fairly often, but they don't seem to be big influencers of the fights. They don't seem to be phasing him. It's the same the other way around too. Who's going to be getting up first? Who's the most tired? Round 6, both at the same time. Both excited to go.
3 to go.
Who are we going to see? Round 6. Both guys said within 4 rounds there'd be a knockout. Ooh, Jake finds some success with a leaping left hook there.
Especially with the point deduction, so Jake Paul is going to have to go for it now. There's only 3 rounds to go, remember. So time is running out for him, and he'll know.
Yeah, Tommy's going to be really cautious. Ooh, right, and nearly lands again. No way referee's saying back of the head for that. What's annoying sometimes is fighters will turn their head round. Ooh, nice sneaky uppercut from Tommy there.
Maybe a right uppercut brought in. He did it there. There's a cracking punch there from Fury and working well with his jab.
You can hear York from going, he doesn't like it. I think they're from Lancashire. Oh my God, the uppercut again.
Jake Paul has got a dangerous right hand, but his left hook is not bad either, Fletch. So Fury with those low hands as he's going forward, he's got to watch what he's doing when he's up close against Jake Paul.
A little bit of damage to the
Yeah, at this point,
in this 6th round.
Tommy needs to be stopped. It's going to be a very convincing win on the points for Tommy at this point, or convincing enough.
As you say, both of them started to feel it now.
Feeling the pace a little bit. Just thought you had glimpses of that in the last round as well. But it's all about concentrating in a contest, like, especially when you're in against.
What's this camera work? All we can see is refereeing.
From Fury landing.
This clinching is getting a bit ridiculous. Tommy thinks he can be slick and just dodge every punch.
The shot that can turn the fight in his favour. He's the one in there with the work to do at the moment.
Ugh, God, the clinch is getting ridiculous now. Time. Referee's telling Tommy off. Telling them both off now for clinching.
That's where he probably has a chance to land a few shots, but it's just not happening.
That left hook's landed again from Jake. Nothing crazy though. See, Tommy's accidentally clipped it back at head again there. I don't understand. The point thing's bothering me.
Sort of handling and dictating the pace here. Always
point taken off for Tommy Fury for holding. It all works out in the end, folks. Again though, like, I don't know, this referees. That's big for Jake. That's big for Jake. You gotta be careful here, because there might be another point taken off. Ooh, Jake lands the left hook again. I don't think that's gonna get him a finish though, that left hook. Round 1 and 2 for Fury. I'm gonna go round 3 for Jake Paul. Round 4 for Fury. Round 5 for Jake Paul. Round 6 for Fury. If Jake wins both these last rounds, you know, he could bring it back points-wise. Sean's scorecards, I've got it as a draw. Okay. Weird. Alright then. Maybe they can see something we can't. I don't know. But that's a bit weird, a draw. I think Tommy's obviously winning so far.
I've got Tommy Fury just ahead.
Yeah. Tommy Fury just ahead. It's got to be. You know, it's not so massively. It's not so massively ahead that I can. That I think a draw is like unbelievable, but I don't think that's right. This round seems a little bit better for Jake. I think he needs a big shot. He needs a knockdown at least, though. Okay, that again. I think Jake's struggling to find the right hand. I think Tommy's slippier than other fighters that he's faced. It might be the youth, might be the experience. I don't know, but it seems a little bit harder to land a flush right hand. Tommy got a little short one in there.
It's another close round.
It is a close round, this one. Round 7's pretty close. Ooh, that one lands from Jake. It landed more on the shoulder than the head, though.
Absolutely shattered.
Yeah, Tommy's looking more tired now. Jake's looked this tired the whole time, so I don't know what's going on there.
He's trying to back off to allow Jake Paul to come in and then counter when he gets close enough.
Yeah, Tommy's just being quite aggressive there. Nothing landed heavily, but it's something. This holding from Fury's getting insane again. That's why he had the point taken off of him. Look, it's again. Like, Fury's clinging on to Jake's arms. I've got a feeling this is going to go all the way at this point. This is the difference we're seeing from when Jake fought Tyron Woodley for the second time and knocked him out. At this point, Woodley was kind of more just stood planted, trying to block, maybe dodge a bit. Tommy's not like that. He's a different guy. It's a new level of challenge here. And it looks like Jake's struggling. Struggling a lot. I think, again, you'd probably just have to give that to Mr. Fury. He's looking like 5'2" to Tommy Fury. Ooh, there's quite a decent cut on Tommy Fury's eye, actually. Probably not going to be a doctor stop it. I can't see it because John Fury's massive frame's in the way. I don't think that that'll be a doctor stoppage from the cut above Tommy's eye, but it all comes down to this then. The last round. Ooh, what's it going to be? At this point, there's probably two outcomes that could happen. Tommy Fury wins on points, or Jake Paul knocks him out. Those are the most likely things to happen. But Tommy's looking like he might even want to knock him out. Oh, Jake Paul scores a knockdown! That could turn the tides! That's just swapped this final round to a 10-8 for Jake Paul so far. My God! It's hotting up, folks! That could have won Jake the whole fight, potentially. Depending on what the judges have done. It doesn't look like Tommy's actually wobbly. So, he's still got his wits about him. He should be able to box like he's been doing the rest of this fight still. But what else has Jake got for him in this last round? It will have also pissed Tommy off as well. So is he going to be able to keep his composure for this final round? And can Jake capitalise if he doesn't? Jake's looking faster. He's going for it now. He's trying to keep his composure. He's not trying to go in all guns blazing and make a bad mistake. What else has Jake got for Tommy here? We're not seeing much else happening. Fury's pushing Jake back now. Stop holding. Ooh, decent shots from both guys. They're leaving it in the ring here. Tommy's clinging on. Tommy started circling to the right now. It's dangerous. Ooh, Jake Paul with a big right hand. Doesn't affect him much. Tommy's leaning on him and holding on again. Jake's running out of time to hit that big shot. There's 30 seconds left. Tommy Fury's refusing to let go as the referee's trying to separate them. What's going on here? Come on. Let's see something. There's barely any time left in this fight. We've got to see something big. No, it's a lot of holding again. Oh my God. Jake, let go. That's it. It's the end of the fight. Goes the distance. Both guys seem happy with their performance. 5 rounds to 3 with Tommy Fury, but one was a 10-8. So my scorecard is Tommy Fury by 1 point. That's it. It was a close fight, and I personally do think Tommy slightly edged it. Some of the tactics he was using to do that weren't particularly skilled. By that, I mean kind of a lot of holding so that Jake couldn't work on the inside. If you're going to stop someone's inside work, you have to do it by getting in and out of range and not by holding, which is technically cheating. You're not supposed to hold. That's why Tommy had a point taken off for holding. So I genuinely think the main technique that's won Tommy that fight is a technique that you're not really supposed to do. We know it happens, and it's often accidental, but looked a bit tactical to me. I think if it weren't for so much holding, which a point was taken off for, to be fair, then we might see it the other way. But Jake was probably had a point taken off unfairly as well. Here we go, scorecards. 75-74. But Jake Paul.
Scores it. 76-73 for Fury.
Okay, this is it.
76-73.
It's Fury.
The winner by split decision,
Tommy Fury wins by split decision. And his family celebrates as if he's just won a world title. Wow. You know what? That's what I thought would happen, personally. Well, there you have it. I mean, good on him. That's what should have happened. It did happen. What does that mean for Jake Paul? So Jake Paul does have a rematch clause in this contract. It's highly likely that we'll see these two people fight again. And it makes me wonder, Will we see the same result? Because it gives Jake a lot more time to close the gap. Yeah, he's done a decent job of handling the pressure. He did win the fight. See, they're all happy and love each other now, don't they? Don't they? Yeah. So it looks like there will be a rematch here. Will that come before or after a KSI fight, do we think? That's the question. What does this all mean? I guess we'll find out. Oh my god, it looks like Tommy's bawling his eyes out. With all the shit that he was talking before, being like, this should be easy work for me and all of that. It looks like he's just... It's like the best moment of his life. See, the thing is, he's saying that this is cementing his own legacy. I am Tommy Fury. That's a great message. I love that from him. To fucking ditch your dad, who's a nut job, and he's not helping you, and get some better trainers like Tyson did. Again, very true from him. He had the pressure, he had the world on his shoulders, and he did pull it off. You got to give it to him. You got to give it to him. I'm a lot more impressed with him now. God, this to me shows how much Jake Paul was in Tommy Fury's head. That he's like so... Tommy's so like emotional that he pulled it off against this guy. So if Jake Paul does want the Tommy Fury rematch and he wants it before fighting KSI, we could see this soon. It'd likely be a summer fight and then KSI in the winter. If it's afterwards, it'll be next year. Everyone's just like, they switch up. He's like, oh, Jake Paul's a true warrior now. Tommy's saying that it wasn't a knockdown, it was a slip. It's difficult sometimes because you can be knocked over. And I think that's what happened there. And when you're knocked over, that's technically supposed to be classed as a knockdown, even though it's kind of like slipping and falling over. It's a bit of a hard one. It looked to me like he was knocked over. Not knocked out, because those are massively different things as well. But I think should have been ruled as a knockdown, even though it's more a knockover. It's been the best night of my life. He's just said it's been the best night of his life. Not when his daughter was born. Honestly, this guy, this is why I was slightly cheering for Jake in this. Because it weirds me out. It's like his daughter being born wasn't the best day of his life. Beating Jake Paul was the best moment of his life. I'm glad he's admitting Tommy won there as well. He's definitely earned a rematch with it, with how close it was. Well, there you have it. Tommy Fury beats Jake Paul by split decision. It was a close fight. It was an interesting fight. And it's going to be interesting to see who wins the rematch. And what this means for the KSI fight for any of these guys. I don't know, but it's all fun and games, isn't it? If you've stuck around this far, please look in the description of this video and like and subscribe. That would be fantastic. And smooch for you. Mwah. Mwah.